guys! So it's finally Halloween time and I'm really excited to bring you my first Halloween look in collaboration with the absolutely adorable Noelle from litteteafox. And you can find the link to her video in the description box. But let's get started. I kept my foundation really simple by just using a BB cream and focusing this look all on the eyes. As always, I started with a eye primer and just covered the entire area, including up into my brow bone. With a slightly lighter pencil than my actual hair color, I went ahead and filled in any gaps in the front of my brow and started to outline the shape I wanted. Then I went in with a darker pencil and added some depth as well as filled in the more sparse tail end of my eyebrow. Finally, to set everything into place and make things look a little bit more natural, I went in with the darker shade of powder and cleaned things up a bit. If you don't have the original Naked palette, then any neutral palette will do because we're only going to be using a few shades. I took this Naked shade, which is the closest to my skin color, and I just covered it over everywhere that I had put primer. This gives me a little bit more traction when adding other shadows. Next, I went in with this slightly darker matte brown and blended it into the outer corner and the middle of my eyelid, as well as under it and up into the brow bone. This is going to be my transition color. The next color, you don't have to use a shimmery color, it's just what I had in the palette, so I stuck with it. With a small, dense brush, I just packed this color into the outer corner of my eye, as well as along half of my lower lash line. Then with a clean, fluffy blending brush, I just blended out any harsh edges. And I did this step a couple more times, adding color and blending it out until I was really happy with the outcome. Now the only highlighting I really did was the upper inside of my nasal bridge along the front portion of my eyebrow. With a waxed base black pencil, I just lined the top lid, focusing on the outer portion of my lash line and only slightly dragging it under just to get the shape of my eye a little more precise. Then I just really smudged out those edges with a brush in order to soften the look and to spread the color a little bit more evenly. And with a not black eyeshadow, I smudged it along the outer corner of my lower lash line. Now if you have thinner lashes and you want to add falsies, feel free to. I just decided to use my two favorite mascaras at the moment to keep this look from getting a bit too dramatic. Lastly, with that same black pencil, I just tightlined along my upper lash line. For this next part, you can use any cheapy white eyeliner you can find because in the end, we're not going to see it anyway. I started off by following the shape of the bottom of my eye to draw the top line, and then followed the movement of my face when I smiled to draw the two downward lines. Since my features are a little bit more defined, this is just the method that worked for me, but you can do whatever you're comfortable with. For this next part, any wax or solid cream-based color will work. I just got this palette, so I'm playing around with it. Now the trick to this part is using only a little bit of product at a time in short, light strokes on preferably a synthetic brush. And once you have the outline down, you can build the color up little by little. This part definitely took the longest because I wanted to make sure that I was getting as clean of a line as possible. Also, for straight lines, I found that holding the brush still and moving my head was a much easier method. To finish things off, I just dabbed a Q-tip in some makeup remover and cleaned things up a bit. And to finish up the entire look, I just added some bronzer to contour the outer edges of my face. And that's it. Keep everything in place with some setting spray and you're all done. I had a lot of fun putting together this look and coming up with the ideas with Noelle, so I really hope you enjoyed this look. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you want to see what else I have in store for this Halloween season, go ahead and subscribe. As always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye!